What's going on, folks? I want to do a little quick video here on how to recalibrate your factory tachometer. A lot of y'all didn't know this could be done. It's a little trick that a lot of people didn't know about unless you were, worked for Ford back in the day, or, dug real deep on the internet, or maybe even had one of the Ford repair manuals. I think it's in there also. So anyway, a couple things you're going to need. First thing is going to be this frequency meter. Second thing is going to be a power supply. And then your third thing is obviously going to be a factory tachometer. Go ahead and flip the power supply on. Now, there's a chart on the internet. I have to. A lot of times you can just Google factory Foxbody factory tachometer recalibration, and you'll come to a link on one of the old boards there that'll tell you what your frequencies need to be on the RPM range. So right now, 33 is the frequency for 500 RPMs. All right, so you just hook this thing up. It's got a power and a ground. Back your tachometer, you have a power and a ground, and then a signal wire. And then these two screws right here are going to be your adjustment screws. The top screw, which is white, is going to be the one that adjusts at your higher RPM range. And the screw at the bottom, the red one, is going to be your lower RPM range. Now, 90 through 93 Foxbody tachometer heads here are going to have two screws. But anything from 89 and down is going to have one single screw. So you just kind of got to adjust it best you can. This gives you a little bit more fine tuning, but it's never going to be perfect. Your best bet is just figure out where you want it set, which is more important to you. Either the higher RPM range, like if you have a shift light, you set your shift light at 5,500 RPMs and you want your tach to match that correctly, you would set your higher end up. But for people who want more lower end idle correctness, what it looks like when it's idling, reading like it's supposed to, then you just set your bottom end side of the RPM range. But anyway, simple to do. Like I said, we're at 33 is the frequency. We're going to go ahead and run it up to 333, which is going to be your 5,000 RPM range. And you can see the needle moving when I press the buttons accordingly. So, all right, we're at 333 hertz right here. And we're roughly around close to $5,000. Now, look, it's never going to be perfect. You can go back here and fine tune it a little bit. Like I said, it's going to be kind of one of those things. You'll drive yourself nuts, but it can be readjusted. But you're just going to have to mess with it. And it's like I said, you're going to be aggravated as hell because it sucks. But you can make little adjustments, see the needle moving. Best thing to do is kind of set it on the higher end. That way, when you run it back down to your lower RPM range, like we're going to do here, go ahead and run it back down to 1,000. You're going to get within, back to 66. So you're going to get real close with your 1,000 RPMs. So anyway, simple stuff like that. Make things read correctly. It's not very expensive. I think that meter was maybe 16 bucks, and that was about 39 bucks on Amazon. Give it a shot. Take it out. Try it out yourself. Have any questions, hit me up.